Ogre Brute, Dust Devil, Stagger. What do they all have in common? Well, they all remove AP and have all been subject to heavy complaint by the community and the eventual nerfs with the Dust Devil one incoming. They've caused grievance beyond that of any other AP removal cards in the game. Why? Well, that is simple. You can play them in slot 2. Remove AP in slot 2 and you've taken away half of your rival's attack before they can really do anything at all. Tanking a White Wolf changes from taking 5 damage to taking 11 damage, and the changes for many other cards, such as Alpha Werewolf, are severe enough to kill you outright. The very existence of slot 2 AP removal forces every player in the game to hard mulligan for a counter, most commonly a KGP agent, but also things like Barfight. This limits the deck choices to the extremes of 1 AP and AP stacking, as getting to 3 or 4 AP is just not possible consistently. Why? Well, you still can play decks that are based around 3 or 4 AP, but you tend to have to run additional cards in your deck to regain that AP you've lost in the Dust Devil, and then you also tend to be playing a slower start as you're playing a mind game with your Miss Lynn's Arrival to try and avoid that Chapter 1 AP grief. This means that you also don't have quite as many cards left in your deck dedicated to doing damage, to ramping up and to sustaining, and your deck is just not going to be competitive enough. This has to end. Ogre Brute was the first to go. You could just drop Ogre Brute in slot 1, tank the damage, remove 1 AP from your rival. It's ridiculous. Stagger was next. All that took was a Mimic. Now it's the turn of Dust Devil, which only requires a Goblin Raider, or an Ice Warrior, or a Barbarian Warrior, or a Sergeant Slimetoes. Now, unlike the previous 2 nerfs, you can counter this because it is spending a weapon, so you can either buff the stats, so you destroy the weapon by making the Dust Devil take more weapon durability to kill, or more commonly just break the weapon with a Barfight or a Caliphate Emissary, etc. Now, almost every deck in the game runs either the Barfight or even the Giant Rat for this very reason. With a bit of an experience, a Linza player can play around this, and again, this limits deck variety. Every player is running far more weapon removal than they really need in the current meta. So finally a change has been suggested, and it's a relatively simple one. Increase the stats of Dust Devil from a 2-5 to a 2-7. This means that you can no longer slot 2 the card with Goblin Raider, Barbarian Warrior, or Slimetoes. But you can still do so with Ice Warrior, as that has enough weapon durability to still kill it and have 1 to spare to spend at the end. Slot 3, however, is still up for grabs. Drop an AP gain in the beginning, or KO, or buff your weapon with a living Rock Brawler, and you're still going to be able to take down a Dust Devil in slot 3. Now, this reduces the problem for sure, but does it solve it? No, not really. You can still take AP from your rival really easily, really consistently, before they have a chance to do a damn thing about it, and it's just not good enough. Now, this is not to say that the removal of AP is a bad thing in itself. Au contraire, my friends, it is a vital mechanic. No one wants a game full of just AP sustained variants. Aggro, Grief and Hybrid decks must be able to coexist for an interesting and evolving meta. So what do? If you watched my previous video, you will remember my suggestion for changing Karam from a spend weapon to spending 4 durability. Now the same principle could be employed here. With Dust Devil, instead of having just the suggested higher health, it could have its effect changed from spending weapon to say spending 2 durability. This means that a slot 2 would no longer be possible, slot 3 would be possible but difficult, and slot 4 and chapter 2 is still very much up for grabs. AP removal is still going to be a thing, it's still going to be a counter to AP sustain and stacking depths, but you will no longer be able to play it in the early game and destroy an entire deck archetype of AP 3 or 4. Simple, yes. Effective, I think so. Let me know what you think. But hold on, I hear you cry. What about the other AP removal cards in the game? Notably Trey's Death and Hope Devourer. Well, Hope Devourer can't be killed in slot 2 unless you're prepared to tank and torment a demon. I'm not even sure if you've got enough health after that, so this argument's a bit void for that. Although you can still do some ridiculous plays with the card thanks to its armor reward. I know at the weekend I managed to pull off KO Hope Devourer against Glenn from only 3 AP. But thankfully this armor reward is being removed, that sort of play will no longer be possible. Trey's Death on the other hand can be killed in slot 2 with either say a Sergeant Slimetoes, or while you could tank it down from 2 AP and go into mortal range to play from something else. Now, depending on how the meta evolves, this card may well need nerfing too, but it's nowhere near the problem of Dust Devil or Ogre Brute, so it's not going to be changed very soon. Okay, I think I've covered off all of the major AP removal cards in the game and discussed why playing them in the very early game, Slot 2, Slot 3, Chapter 1, is just terrible for the game overall. So that's all we're going to cover, but for more Chronicle news and analysis, stay tuned.